Guys, what's happening? Has Stoneskin ever just made you grit your teeth and you've had a problem trying to get through an enemy defense? Well, today we're looking at my 4 favorite anti-Stoneskin champs, and we're going to rank them for damage and see who's the best of the ones that I have, and we'll look at their abilities, see what's going on. We're going to test them against Stoneskin in arena, then we're just going to do a damage test on them as well. Guys, I'm doing account takeovers, and if you'd like to take advantage of that, click on the link below to join my Discord. Alright, now I'm also going to be prioritizing people who have used my exclusive download link. If you want to use that and get yourself a free Karato Fox Hunter, all you got to do is uninstall Plarium Play, click on the link below, set yourself up with a brand new account via a new email, and you play the tutorial, get yourself a free Karato Fox Hunter, and also get prioritized for account takeovers and reviews. Enjoy. So first up, we're going to look at Alil. So he's the first one we're going to do. We're going to go in here and we are going to take out Cupidus here. And all we want to do is see what damage he does. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about anything else. Oh, we've gotten a fear on us. We should have thought about that. But look, let's see here. We'll go to 1x speed, and Alil's anti-Stoneskin, or ignore Stoneskin rather, is on his A2 and does ignore 25% of target's defense as well. Now we want to watch the numbers pop up on screen, guys, because after the match it'll only show as much health as Cupidus has, not the full damage that we did. Okay, so let's see what this looks like, and we got feared. So let's start that again. Take 2. So let's go again with this one. We've she's missing artifacts. That's probably why we didn't go as fast as we would have liked. Actually, do you know what it was? I know exactly what it was myself. So let's just A1 here, and now that's better off. It was Queen of Hearts passive kicking in that made her go before. So let's A2 here and see what the damage was. 258, 361. So that's massive, guys. 258, 361. So let's go to our second testing location, which is going to be it's going to be Phantom Shogun, guys. Okay, so we're going to go on. Do I have any? Yeah, we're going to go on stage 24. No, we go on stage 22 because that's a void and it's easy affinity for everybody. So we're just going to get the hits in. It doesn't matter about anything else. So we can go with Arb, Kimmy, herself, and Alil, and we'll just see what the damage is. Okay, now I do have a spreadsheet for this one as well, guys, so I'll be keeping track of the numbers and we can look at them after the fact on after we have these. So let's go with A2 again and see what damage we get here. 387. Okay, great stuff. So we have 2 numbers there. We're going to do this light and breezy, where I'll do the rest of the testing offline to make sure that the numbers that I present at the end are correct, okay? Because we don't want to keep you here all day, but we do want to have a look at what everybody can do. So that is the first one, and that is Alil with 258k against Cupidus and 387k against the Phantom Shogun. Now, next up, we have Georgid, who is a hell of a champion. We're also going to put him in the same gear, guys. So we're going to use the same one for everybody. There may need to be a little bit of a difference for some of it, but we're using this setting for everyone. So as you can see there, he's fully kitted out, and we obviously have to use different pieces here. Now, we would be missing the ignore defense, so I'm going to change one of these, if I can, to merciless, because we want to get the full merciless effect. As you can see there, we're missing 2. So we need 2 more, okay? So we'll go with that, and we want the filter, go equipped again, and we'll take Whispers piece here, and there we go. We're fully crit capped, and we have plenty of crit damage as well. Now, let's test out Georgid. So he'll take Alil's place in the arena slot here, and we're taking out Cupidus again. So let's put him in and see what we can do. So we've 258 to beat, okay? And we'll just do the A1. Now, Georgid's is on his A3, Deadly Ballet, ignores Strength and Stoneskin, Unkillable, block damage, increased defense, and ally protection, and grants an extra turn if the attack kills an enemy. So 258k to beat. 383.06 is huge. So we obviously got some of his passive in there as well, which is a 50% chance to ignore 50% of the target's defense as well. And actually Georgid could come out with his AoE there and kill everybody on the team. So we'll end the battle there because we want to try it against the same champion each time. So now we're going to go over to our Boyo in the Phantom Shogun's Grove and see what we can do on stage 22. So where is Georgid? Where are you, my boy? There you are. Now, so we have 287 to beat this time around. So let's increase our turn meter and again. And I don't actually know what Lysandra's doing. She's obviously not equipped with anything, so I can remove her. But let's see what this looks like now. Close it down to 1x speed. 554k damage. So we have a clear leader in Georgid already, guys. We can see the health bar was dropped significantly there. That's huge. So far, Georgid is the boyo. Now, we have only looked straight up damage. We haven't looked at the whole kit and caboodle and what they can actually do, you know what I mean? So it is a bit in isolation. Now, the next one is going to be a little bit different. And I'm going to leave him in the kit that he's in as well, but I'm going to give him a better relic, okay? So I'm going to give him, where are we? I'm going to give him, not Hatter's Reserve, this one here. So the Cat's Gaze, and that's to give him the extra crit damage and to provide a bit more damage, okay? He will not be in the same set because that would mean that he would lose out on stats that are good for him. So let's have a look at what Fatalis can do against our Cupidus here in Arena as well. And we'll get Georgid out, get him in, and we'll start. Now, Fatalis is a great champion, but he just doesn't output enough generally. So 387 was our lowest so far. This also ignores Strength and Stoneskin, increased defense, and ally protection. Now, 62k. So far, that's the only champion that hasn't killed Cupidus. And let's run that back again, guys, and see if there's anything else we can do there. Now, the thing with Fatalis is he's incredibly tanky compared to the other two, but I mean, you have to be able to, there's no point in staying alive if you can't do anything with it. And 61k from Fatalis there. So that is a huge issue there. Actually, I can see it here, can't I? 61,625. That is so poor. That is so poor. It makes me actually not even want to check Phantom Shogun because he's so bad. Now, he does have another skill. We're specifically checking the anti-Stoneskin skills here. And yeah, it's not great, guys. It's not looking good for poor El Fatalis. He does need a little bit of love. And in all likelihood, he's never going to get it. 103,352. Wow, that's depressing. I always want to like Fatalis. He's so good, but he's so bad. He could be so cool. He really could be so cool, guys. It's just crap that that's all he can deliver there as well. Now, he had the lowest blessing as well, but we're talking a difference of, you know, we're talking a difference of like 500% from him to Georgid. So what can you do with that, guys? Now, finally, we're looking at Mezamel here. So Mezamel's is on our A2. We have her kitted out already, but we will change her into the same gear that the other two attack-based nukers had as well, just for parity. Where are we? Barb nuke here, and we'll need to change one more piece on her kit as well, so that she has the ignore defense from the merciless stuff, where any merciless piece will do, actually. There we go. We'll take Harima's. What's happening there? Oh, why is it in Shadowkin? That wasn't much help. Honestly, these filters sometimes, guys, are just a pain in the BOT time. So merciless piece goes on. So we have the ignore defense, and we're going to go in and we're going to go into our arena. We're going to go into our Cupidus, and we're going to take out Cupidus with our A2. There we go. We can take out her as well. She's not doing anything now. Okay, so speed boost and A1. Now, we won't boost the crit rate, crit damage, increase attack here. We will just go straight for the A2 and see how Mezamel does. A double hitter, 78k was all that registered there though, guys. So that's a problem for us. That is a problem for us because she killed him on the first blow. So my plan has been foiled a bit. So he only has 63k HP. But let's just be reasonable and say it was 78k twice. Okay, so Mezamel will be going in at 156k, and we'll just pull that round numbers. Okay, 156k for Mezamel, and we're going over to the Phantom Shogun, where we will, I always go over there. For Phantom Shogun and Sand Devil, I always on the main menu scroll over to the right before going into dungeons. For some reason my head just does not accept that they are dungeons. They're extra different content. Now, so increase speed, boost up, and we'll boost again, and we are going with A2 here, and we'll be able to get a better read on the damage this time. 65.57, that's our lowest so far, so we can actually end battle there. No, it's not lower than Fatalis, but it's still pretty low. 123.279. Okay, so look, that's pretty bad, yeah, guys. We don't have really good results there for Fatalis and for Mezamel, but let's talk about that a little bit, and I have the results up here beside me. Okay, so let's look at each of these champions and think about why there's such a variance in them. Okay, so well, Aliel just got a buff, so that's just changed for Aliel. Now Mezamel, the thing with her is it's a double hitter anti-Stoneskin nuke with block revive. Okay, so that's huge. Blocking revive and ignoring Stoneskin is massive, like, so you have to bear that in mind. She ignores only 15% of the defense as well, but you could lower her crit rate and she'll buff herself, and if you put her in the lead you can like build her with nearly 50%. Let's see, so she has a 27, or you can actually build her with 43% crit rate and still have her crit capped if you put her in the lead and buff her first. So she can do a lot more damage, but you shouldn't have to do that to get the most out of the damage. But I have to say, with the anti-Stoneskin and blocker revive, she's a hell of a nuker. My problem is that she's a +1 5-star blessing mythical, and she's getting absolutely outshone damage-wise by 2 Void nukers. Now, Voids are meant to be the premier. Mezamel has 2 forms, brings a lot of things. I think she maybe needs another pass of the buff wand as well, but she is very good. So it's the block revive that brings her damage down, really, guys, because if it was too high, she'd be too good. Now, in Fatalis, we have his passive, and he is a HP based champion, which makes him very, very survivable. So he is potentially one of the tankiest champions in the game because of his passive. That means he can't be crit. Okay, so I have him with Ward of the Fallen there. I have this passive. He also has an AoE that ignores 15% of the target's defense. He decreases target's defense by 5% as well, and stacks up to 30%. So he has a few different bits going on, but he's an arena champion made for long fights, and in arena we generally don't have long fights. So he doesn't bring that nuke. He doesn't bring it. So by the time he has ramped up or decreased or unlocked this, the fight's already over potentially, and there's just better options. By the time you've gotten around to all of this, their Stoneskin Stoneskin has worn off. Like, if he's your option for killing the enemy UDK that's in slow 2-turn Stoneskin, he's just not doing it. So he is not your guy at all. I have to remember to take Cat's Gaze back off him as well. So he's not your guy, really, guys. Then, really, we're looking at the next was Alil, and Alil just got buffed as well. Alil is very good now. He does a hell of a lot of stuff. He has an irresistible steal. Then he increases his damage on the A1 every time he targets after that. He ignores strength and Stoneskin, increased defense and ally protection. And if he kills an enemy with this, he gets a full heal and Stoneskin on himself, which is massive. Then on this, he basically flips all positive buffs into debuffs and then AoE attacks, and it's a really strong attack as well. As well as that, he makes himself more tanky by adding 2000 HP and 100 defense for every 1000 attack he has. And anytime he gets a buff, he gets a 10% turn meter fill. So you can build him quite slow, and if he's on a buff heavy team, he's still going to be keeping up with all of the faster champions. He's another very strong champion now. I really, really, really like Alil. Now, Georgid was our boy, and if I bring over the sheet, which you can't see yet, let me switch over to this. So yeah, we can see that Georgid was our clear winner. Clear winner by, he's, 50% above and beyond Alil, and Fatalis and Mezamel he leaves in the dust just unbelievably. It's ridiculous, guys. It really is. So let's look at his kit and see why he's so good. It's primarily down to, well, this ignores strength and Stoneskin, unkillable, block damage. He ignores way more with this, but he also then has a 50% chance for him to ignore 50% of the target's defense from each hit placed by his skill. So that's the big differentiator there for him as well. If that procs, he's going to do way more. His multipliers are just way better as well. Okay, so his multipliers on all of these skills are just better than Alil's. They're better than Fatalis. They're better than Mezamel's. And that is the thing that, in combination with the ignore defense, that makes him so lethal. Now, on the flip side of that, he's way more breakable. So he could actually be called George the Breakable, and that would equally be true. He has, as far as I'm aware, the least HP and defense. No, he doesn't have the least defense, but he does have the least HP. His Alil's defense is lower, but Alil makes himself stronger because of his attack. Mezamel's is higher, and Fatalis then is just way higher than all of them, with his base stats being way up there, okay? But he is very fragile, and that's why he has a higher damage output in conjunction with all of those things. So guys, I know I've missed out on some really great anti-Stoneskin champs or ignore Stoneskin champs, especially He-Man, because do you know what? The day I went to buy him, I got all the souls for him. The day I went to buy him, I realized that it had just ended a few hours before, and I was very unhappy. So let me know who your favorite anti-Stoneskin champions are, and yeah, see you in the comments, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.